Hi guys, this is Jordan here from LIFTED and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna show you how to adjust your rear camber in order to avoid excessive tire wear and bad handling. We're gonna go from this to this. Most of the time after a lift kit install you're gonna end up with positive camber. And if it happened to you right after the install, just go out for a drive and let the suspension settle down a bit. After that, it should be better. But sometimes it's not enough and you will have to add some negative camber. On the front, it's more likely that you already have camber bolts installed, and in my case, they are maxed out for negative camber, and that's enough. But on the rear, that's another story. Here I still have too much positive camber and it's starting to hit my tires pretty badly. So let's fix it. And for that you're gonna need camber bolts. So you can get some online, some aftermarket brands, or just like me you can get some OEM Subaru ones that are coming from a front suspension setup. First of all, raise and support the vehicle off the ground and remove the wheel. Untighten the lower bolts and remove the upper strut bolt. You can slide a screwdriver in place of the bolts at the same time. It will prevent the knuckle to pop too much. And here's the difference between the stock bolts on top and the camber bolts at the bottom. You can see that the camber bolt is specific and will allow you to adjust your camber. What you want to do before putting the new camber bolt is to align the bolt cam, just right here, with the small inner tab of the washer, just like that. And in order to add negative camber, the outer tab of the washer must horizontally face the struts or the interior side. It might be a bit tricky to get it back in, so you can push the knuckle with your foot to help. Also, you can help the bolts to go in with a bit of hammering, but be careful to not damage the inner tab of the washer. You don't want that to happen. As you can see, the large outer tab of the washer is correctly set up for negative camber here. After that, you can put the nuts on the bolts, but not tighten it yet, because this is the moment when you are gonna adjust your camber by turning the camber bolt. You can see the difference it makes here. Okay, so what I did here is to actually max out the camber bolt for negative camber, just like the front. But what I'm gonna do now is to take some measurements. It's not gonna be really accurate, but if you can do a proper alignment, which I recommend you to do just after that, is to take some measurement. So you will have approximately the same amount of camber on both sides. I'm gonna take my measurement here from the base of the strut to basically here the beginning of the drum. Got around 10.5 centimeters. Once you got the negative camber you wanted, tighten the camber bolts without turning the head of the bolt. That's really important because it will mess up your camber setup. Don't forget to tighten the lower bolts as well. For both of them, 105 Nm is the way to go. You can put your wheel back on and lower the vehicle to the ground. And just like that, you now have a good negative camber. It was pretty easy, right? But I'm gonna say it once again. You really should do a proper alignment after that. And just before ending this video, let's make a quick recap while I'm doing it on the other side. First, get the lower strut bolt loose and remove the top one. Replace it with your camber bolts, which have the small inner tab aligned with the bolt cam. Also, the large outer tab must horizontally face the strut for negative camber. Put the nut back on your camber bolt. Adjust your camber by turning the head of the camber bolt. You can refer to your measurements from the other side. And then tighten your camber bolt without moving the head. Tighten the lower bolts. Put your wheel back on and the car to the ground. Here's the results.
So, if you like this video and you want more helpful DIY like this, please subscribe to my channel. You can also check my Instagram account for daily and awesome Forester content. And if you have any question about my Forester build, I invite you to check my website where every mod is listed. And if you want to support the channel in another way, I also have a Patreon page. And I'm gonna put all the links down below in the description. So thank you guys for watching. See you next week.